Yeah. Yes, this is a quick review, reaction, recap of Dynamite for May 18th, 2022. Um, I apologize for last week's. I was going to re-upload it. I ran out of film in the middle of my recording, and it's never got. Fortunately, never got back around to re-uploading it. So I cleared out some stuff. So I have plenty plenty of recording space right now, and because that shouldn't happen again. I'm still learning how to this whole editing and without doing any without. See, I try to do everything one take best I can, and I try to get like genuine and my initial thoughts right away as soon as I can. But let's get it right into it. Now, look, the biggest thing that people it was a great show. I popped big time. Okay, now this is we're doing an Owen Hart tournament. The men's win. This is an 8-person tournament on each side. There's a bunch of qualifying matches. The only now the Small Joe on his on the men's side, he is the television champion, and he he actually has a wild card. Basically, he doesn't know who his opponent is. Now on the women's side, Britt Baker has a wild card. Now the one things they two things do have in common is that they were both either champions or former champions. See, Britt Baker just was the women's champion, the women's AEW Women's World Champion. So that's the similarities there. Like, okay, well, they're both champions, so they shouldn't have a problem coming in and beating whoever their opponent is. Now, it was I did not know, everybody had their ideas. Uh, all Tony Khan had tweeted about said, "Oh well, there will be surprises." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's called Wild Card Tuesday. I mean Wednesday. Yes, this entailed like it's a wild card. You don't know what the fuck it's gonna be." So yes, but he didn't really hype it up. He basically just said the obvious, which he's a promoter, and it was fucking Johnny Elite, Johnny Impact, Johnny Mundo, Starship Pain finisher Johnny. That motherfucker who damn near ageless Johnny. He was Samoa Joe's opponent, and it was a great match. Um, he Samoa Joe almost got him in a muscle box buster. He fought out of it, and this went about maybe a good 10, 15, close to 15 minutes. Great match back and forth, and he had to hurry up because there was a few times where it looked like he really did look like Johnny had him. You know, like he's in the, he had like Johnny's not a small dude by any means. You know, Samoa Joe, he's not a slob by any means at all. Um, he he does. They both do. Like you already know if you know who Johnny Mundo, Johnny Impact, what if you know who the like if you know his move set and what he does, it's like it's it's slightly different. I'm like he doesn't do a bunch of high flying. It's just what he uses, how he uses his body. It's amazing. No cartwheel kicks, shit like that. I'm not going to do it any justice. And I try to just cut to the chase and give you my opinions on like each segment. So like I said, it was a great back and forth. He finally does. Samoa Joe finally does get him in the muscle buster. He quickly, like it was a quick sequence. Like he's quickly he got him in the muscle buster quickly. He pinned him and boom. But then as soon as the bell rings, freaking Sanjay, Dutt and freaking his the one who's been fucking with him this whole time. God, he Jay Lethal. God, I'm drawing a blank. Excuse me. Jay Lethal comes out, and Jay Lethal hits him with a fucking lead pipe, and Samoa Joe's left arm. It's been like heavily taped up in white tape. I don't know if it's like long-standing injury. He usually I noticed that for years he always had either this taped up, but heavily taped. But just like I noticed Chris Statlander, even though she had a knee injury, but she still has a uses a brace just to brace it like 10. Um, uh, Preston Vance, he had a knee injury years ago from football, and he still he wears that brace. I believe his right leg might be his left, but you'll notice like a brace there, just to give it some extra support. Dax the Axe. If you notice one of his, I don't know when he picked it up, but he wears a brace on one of his knees too, just to brace it. So it might not be it might be just some surgery. Maybe it's something there where he wants to make sure it gives you some extra support, which is fine. A lot of athletes they should do that. They should do that. Like I don't understand like the concept of like what's wrong with wearing. Like, I think all the athletes should wear some sort of knee brace, knee pads, whether it's elastic, just something to give you some extra support. I mean, you don't want to have all your ligaments and unnecessarily doing all the work. That's just how I feel. But yeah, it was a great back and forth. Now going. Let me jumping ahead. I'm gonna go ahead out of order. Now, Britt, like I said, this was wild card. Everybody was wondering who his opponent was going to be. Now everybody's wondering what who Athena. I mean, excuse me, who Britt Baker's was going to be. People thought it was going to be Athena. The reason why, and I thought, yeah, that would be great. But then I started thinking, Athena, it's going to be kind of fucked up because if it is Athena, she comes in out of nowhere and defeats Britt Baker, and Britt Baker looks like kind of like a chump. I mean, she just recently took a pin on Rampage, from Ruby. So I believe it was from Ruby Soho. I think they had a tag team match. It was Britt Baker and Hayter versus um, Ruby Soho and Tony Storm. And but I know distinctly Britt Baker took the pin. That's one thing I noticed about that match. And all this, all stuff like that, all means something. It's going to mean something down the line. Now, so if she goes ahead, so my point is a good thing it wasn't somebody who was debuting or somebody like that. Because one of the things I don't like is when somebody like the flavor, like somebody brand new come out of nowhere. That happened a lot in WCW. Somebody who and it happened a lot in TNA. And I'm not saying I've watched it. There was big chunks of TNA that I missed, but anytime somebody jumps ship from another promotion, all of a sudden this person comes in out of nowhere, gets pushed all the way up. They get this you strapped a rocket ship to them, and it's like I get it. You want to capitalize on who you have, but in the meantime, all the people who've been there day ones like AJ Styles and shit gets slides back. That's just an example. They get pushed to the side. Oh, you putting on some of the best matches. Oh wait, who we got? Christian Cage. Oh, let's bring him in. Fuck that. You can take his spot. Like shit like that. So my what I'm saying is like I don't want somebody to come in out of nowhere, beat, and like yeah, you're glad. Oh wow, it's exciting. Oh yeah, this person's out of nowhere has got this momentum. Same time, you don't want it to be you don't you know you do want it to be somebody exciting, but you don't want them to lose on their debut. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I don't want. I mean, Britt Baker has been taking not a lot of L's, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt her to take some L's and some pins because she was on top for a minute. And it's not like I'm not going to say by any means she was buried with that, by taking that pin or anything like that. It's just that I don't think certain people should be taking a whole bunch of pins. You need to remain somewhat a threat. You get what I'm saying? Um, but so it was I don't know how to pronounce the name. Maki was the wild card. The I remember her, but it was been so long. Her mom and she was really popular. She during that clubs that she was her tag team partner almost a year ago last year. Britt Baker and Maki. Itari. I don't know how to. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she's a Joshi wrestler. She used to be a singer in Japan, but she turned it into a wrestler. Um, she so the thing that has in common, Johnny and her Johnny Impact. Johnny Impact was a champion. She was out of just basically every, whether it was tag team or actual world champion, or Impact champion. He was a champion wherever she went, everywhere he went so far since he left WWE. Maki was, and I looked this up. She was two-time Iron Woman Iron Heavy Metal Championship, and one time, as far as I can see, Princess and National Princess Championship in Japan. So even when she comes from her promotions or the promotion she has wrestled for, she was a champion. So those were the two things that the wild cards had in common. They were both champions or former champions, and they were facing champions or former champions. Like I said, Samoa Joe is the ROH television champion right now. So those were the two things that lined up. Yes, I was thinking that I was disappointed. I wish they had teased it a little bit, or maybe had some packages, like maybe months or weeks ago, probably showing little packages or something. Maybe she had wrestled on Dark, but like I said, I don't know if the scheduling didn't work out, where she might have been wrestling for her opponents. I mean, for her other promotions in Japan. I don't know. I just wish. I mean, I'm glad they didn't mention. Oh yeah, they did team up. He did team up, and he won. She the initial roll up was she did an inside cradle to Brit, was kind of sloppy, but everything else, like, she is a good wrestler. I mean, a couple of, but I've never had a problem. Listen, if this is good internationally, it's good internationally. They need to do stuff like this. It just, yeah, it probably would have been better if it was somebody from America. I mean, hell, even the magical girl, she still had fuck, magic, the one with, I keep forgetting her name, the one with the magical girl splash, the one that had the fight with Riho in the tournament last week on a week and a half ago on Rampage. Yeah, they're both good. Um, I have no problem with like I said, they're good wrestlers. They train their ass off over there in Japan. It's just that it was a disappointment because people are not that familiar with her, and we're like almost a year removed from when she teamed with Britt. So, but it turned out to be a good match. The crowd will wind up getting into it. That's a sign of a good wrestler or good wrestling. Is that when the crowd gets invested. Um, so that's my thoughts on that. It was kind of, like I said, it was been nice. Like, I don't know if Johnny was a one off or if she just paid by appearance. Either way, it was good. Um, like I said, hell, maybe he could be going for the ROH championship. I don't even think that's one thing I started thinking. I think that's the only promotion Johnny didn't hasn't wrestled. I might be completely wrong, but I don't remember him being Johnny Honor, or I mean, I'm not sure. That, like, kind of similar to Dave Honor, with Ricky Danhausen. Now Johnny, because he's been taking on the names of the promotions that he works for. Johnny Impact, Johnny. That's why it's Johnny Elite. So I haven't looked in to see if he is all elite. You know, if he might be actually full time or not. I'm not sure. The they really just as long as they get some solid TV time. And I don't think by any means should it be a 3 hour TV show. They're doing A-okay right now. So I had to get something to drink. Now, by the way, she wound up getting the lockjaw on Maki and winning. Um, Go ahead and make sure I'm getting the match list is order. All right, so after the initial fight against It started off like I said, Samoa Joe and Johnny and Johnny Elite. Second match uh, was Kanetsho Takeshita from Japan. I know I'm butchering that name, and Adam Page versus Adam Page. He is a great competitor. If contest is Takeshita, that's his last name. Um, so it was a great. This was a great fucking match. It's like I haven't seen a bad match by him, but this is like the but you know, not just because I think it's Adam Page made it a good match too. To say not to say he's been in there with bad competitors, but I've seen him on Dark so far. Um, he was on TV last year, Takeshita, and he just disappeared. Um, I was kind of disappointed, but I know he has like stuff in Japan and everything. There's, like promotions there. Just little Sims. Sorry. Um, but this is this so this so he hits the buckshot. That's what happens. Okay, look, last week, um, CM Punk had. By the way, if you don't know, CM Punk is challenging for the world title. Adam Page is the WWE is the AEW champion. Um, he had they were in Long Island. John Silver is from Long Island, so CM Punk fought John Silver. He actually did buckshot lariat, which is Adam Page's finisher, and he did it with not the same impact. There's certain. This is why certain people have certain finishers because they're good at it. And they're efficient at it, and they have a certain oomph to it. And that buckshot lariat looks devastating when when Adam Page hits it. So, but that's what happened last week. He used CM Punk used not the GTS to go to sleep, but he used the buckshot lariat this week. He not only hits the lariat, but Adam Page does. He on Takeshita. He gets him up. He muscles him up, and then gets him up before to go to sleep. He was basically dead weight there. He didn't have to do that, but he was a tough son of a bitch to Keshna. So this is going to be a good match. This is happening at the pay per view or what's the May 29th in Las Vegas. Let me see. That's next. So we have Keith Lee versus Swerve. Well, we have Keith Lee and Swerve versus the Workhorsemen, which is JD Drake and what is it, Anthony Henry. This is a great tag team. I hope they get their props and not just being a team to beat. I'm not saying they should necessarily win the titles, but I hope they need to get some nice momentum. Like even the Gun Club had great momentum. They were undefeated for almost for month for shit. They were like for almost 30 matches they were undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Even in trios they were undefeated. Um, I hope because they do have matches. They just had a match. They had a match on Dark. They against the Dark Order and they lost. So I hope they get their props. I hope they, I mean, I know they need certain teams to beat at the same time. You can always bring in, the local indie wrestlers for that. But the upside is this is the second time that you did make it to television on TNT Dynamite, not just Dark. So that is a plus. Like Chaos Project. Even when you know they're not going to win, he still put on a good match. I mean, Luther has gotten in great shape. If you've seen him from when he started to now, he's gotten in some good fucking shape. A lot of people are losing some lbs. The top tier is fucking Jericho. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like I don't even remember him having these many abs when he was when I was watching him on WCW. Like what the fuck? I'm not mad at you at all. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Just don't hurt yourself. So this was a great match. I haven't had any problem with any of the matches. any of the matches. Like I said, I expressed, I showed you what my disappointment was, and why it was a good thing that it was Maki with the Britt Baker wild card, and I see the parallels there and why they chose her. Um, I started thinking, well, who else could it have been? And then making a nice big surprise. I mean, I know Mickey James. She's still linked up with NWA as like a producer, and I don't know how many times she's going to keep wrestling on Impact. I know she doesn't have the champion right now. She doesn't have the championship right now, but would have been night. Maybe it could have been her. I mean, that would have been. But at the same time, I don't know if that would have been like not enough. Maybe that should have been hyped up. But since there's such, she is a. I don't know if that would have been insulting for her to just come in without that big of a surprise. But the reason why Johnny Elite debuted the way it was because it was at the top of the hour, and it's like that was a big surprise. So if it was her, I mean, yeah, I would have taken that. All right, but that was just speculation, and other like who else could it have been? Maybe this, maybe that. But so the end of let me see the end of this. They call it the swerve bomb. They get Anthony Henry up on an electric chair position on Keith Lee's shoulder, and Swerve is on the top turnbuckle. So it's almost like it could be like the Doomsday Device, or but where you would come off with Giants just clothesline, but instead of that, he does a Cameron Swerve does a Cameron grind stomp, double stomp, and as he's getting as Keith Lee is power bombing the opponent, so he's getting power bombed and he comes down onto them at the same time, and then so Keith Lee, but Kurt Swerve is legal. He already got tagged in to be legal. Swerve gets the pin on Anthony Henry. It was a good match. Um, After this, uh, Keith Lee takes the microphone, says they're now with that win. They're now top in the top five ratings of. I mean, the top five tag teams. As far as because you got certain wins. You get into the top. You got a certain amount of wins because they're at the time right before that match they're 8-2, and now they're 9-2 with that, so they're in the top five. The Ricky Starks come out, says, "You think y'all some selfish?" It's Ricky Starks and Powerhouse comes out. You think y'all gonna Damn, I don't wish they just did this already, but like they're damn it. It seems like it's let me get to where I'm contemplating where I'm like shit. It's like it's going to be because of the last pay-per-view. Okay, let me get it. He's like, we need to have this match. Ricky Starks says we're going to have this match before, but for the tag team titles before you. And then Christian Cage, the Jurassic Express with Christian Cage come out saying, well, how would y'all go ahead? Why would we just challenge both y'all at the same time? Basically a triple threat. Their first defense was a triple threat. It was against Red Dragon and the Young Bucks, and they wound up retaining. Their last battle was against Red Dragon. They actually challenged Red Dragon, and now they also before that they did have a rampage. They did the Young Bucks, the Gun Club had a opportunity. But they're gonna go again another pay per view because at the last major pay per view they defended it. It was a 3-way. I just say it's not gonna be a bad match. It's just like it's almost like damn, this is the reason why they're gonna lose, and it was Christian Cage who made the challenge. It's like she had to discuss this with them first. Like fuck. I mean, are you? But yeah, all right. Am I saying this because it's repetitive? It's like And storyline, it seems like it's a lot. Like how about like how about y'all fight this out, and whoever wins that fight between Powerhouse Hop and Ricky and Swerve, and Keith Lee. You have to forgive me. I just getting off of work. It's like 8 a.m. Remember, I work overnight. If you don't remember. Anyway, trying to keep everything straight. But yeah, have them fight it out, and then whoever wins that, then they can jump. Then it'd be a 2-on-2, a good 2-on-2. Now this whole 4-on-2 shit, like damn, like it could work. It can work out to their advantage. Maybe one team beats the shit out of one another, but more than the other one. But fucking a, man. Anyway, so we have the segment where Wardlow has to take 10 lashes, and I don't know how he has a high. I started thinking like they're doing fake sounds because he was shirtless. MJF has the belt. Like you have to take 10 lashes. There's there's stipulations. You have to be whipped, and then you have to beat him in a cage before Wardlow can actually fight MJF. It's like bosses. Like anyway, takes the first one. Nothing. Like all the way up, gets all the way up to 7, still nothing. 8, he feel like it kind of hurt, gets in MJF's face. Like at one point, he gets so carried away, like he's going like this to Wardlow that the chairman, Sean Spears, had to tell him to stop. He takes the belt. He does 2 more lashes, and then he's only got 1 left. He gets to number 10 because there's a referee saying how many he's keeping count. Because I lost count because he was going like MJ was going like that, like he was paint, like he was splattering fucking paint and shit. Fruit Ninja in this motherfucker, like, but fuck, shit. Anyway, he gets all the way up to he gets up to 10. Yeah, he rings the bell. He gets pissed off. He beat him up. He in one then he goes to MGF goes to a pocket in his pocket. Gets his dynamite that doesn't ring. He holds him up. Sean Spear does, and he hits him with at the fucking ring. He was already fucked up as it was. Then he gets him up for a damn. He picks him up. But Sean Spear is a beast. I forget how he's a strong motherfucker. He gets him up, muscles him up, and gets him into the C4, which is basically a Death Valley driver, but it's supposed to target the C4 vertebrae the way he does it. Look, I mean, he was already out. He was just damn. So, all right. So here we have the other On Heart Foundation tournament. This is Kyle O'Reilly versus Ray Phoenix. I can't do this fucking match justice. Fucking Kyle O'Reilly's chest looked like it was ground beef all right here. I knew Phoenix could hit hard, but fuck. It looked like Walter I hit Kyle in the fucking chest. And I just thought it was gonna. I'm gonna tell you that Kyle winds up winning. I'm not disappointed. It can go either way because they both fought their heart out. I just thought because Phoenix is just coming back, but at the same time, it frees up Death Triangle to have a match at the pay-per-view against the House of Black. So I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. And so he actually. Now, if you know, Phoenix had a dislocated arm that happened on January 5th. He came back about 3 weeks ago. He was probably healed up probably sooner than that, but he wanted to, you have to fit him. You just don't. You have to fit him in where it makes sense, and storyline wise, and paper, and to get everything lined up for pay-per-views and shit like that. So he actually gets him into an arm submission. Kyle does, and he has him, and he actually taps out because his arm, I guess, is still. He doesn't want to re-injure the arm, and so he actually taps out. I was surprised, and he won. It was a great. It was called a straight arm. Yeah, it's a straight arm bar. All right, to Frank, yeah, I'm not mad at it. It was a great match. Now, let me see. So they have a face to face, the Blackpool Combat Club and uh, against the JAS. Um, fucking Jericho had some scathing things to say about William Regal. I was like, damn, William, kind of piled on. Fuck. You gotta see, he talked about how he was an addict and, he has had problems. If you know about William Regal, he has had problems. I'm glad he's still with us with alcohol and other things. But, what's gonna be, but at first Jericho was going to challenge. They was going to do a Stadium Stampede 3, and then John Moxley took the. By the way, Eddie Kingston and Santana Ortiz was out there too, but so it was going to be They said they challenged him with that number, and then John Moxley said, "No, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit. We want us to beat you up in live and living color. I don't care what you call it. We're just going to be wrestlers versus sports entertainers. I don't care what you call it, but we're not doing that shit basically." So they haven't. There was most likely it's gonna be blood and guts, but they haven't really announced blood and guts, which is basically the War Games cage. Unfortunately, WWE has the goddamn fucking copyright for War Games, which is something that Dusty Rhodes thought of. Fucking A, man. It was a great segment. Let me see. All right, Britt Baker. All right, we were always talking about that. After that was the Britt Baker and Maki match. The last match was the Adam Cole versus Jeff Hardy. Great fucking match. I kind of figured it was gonna be look, and he was keeping up with him. There was no, I mean, there was a couple of times where Jeff Hardy looked like he was gassed or blown up a few times, but they kept stressing how he had he literally just got cleared hours before the show, and he when he took off his shirt to do the swan time, you could see he had like this tape going around his whole torso. He hit the swan time to nothing. Freaking Adam rolled out the way, and as he got up, he pulled down his knee pad. He hit him with the boom. Then he was knee at the back of the head and flush, like it kind of like hit the back and side like that. Like it looked like it sucked. I mean, even if it wasn't his full knee, it just looked like the amount of force and the speed he came in with. He pins him, and boom. The Young Bucks come out. They act like they're gonna attack the young because the Young Bucks been wanting to fight with they want another fight with the Young Bucks again. If you've been watching it, being the elite, you want another match with them. But they want them to be the Young Bucks that they knew. No, no moping, no emo Young Bucks, none of that shit. So Jeff Hardy and Matt turn around, they're looking at the Young Bucks. Adam Cole hits the Young Buck, hits Matt and Jeff from the back, and then they hit Matt Hardy with the BTE trigger while Jeff is being preoccupied by Adam Cole. So the bell keeps ringing. There's more and more shit. So eventually, so we haven't announced it, but most likely it's going to be Young Bucks versus the Hardys, again. And it's been a while. I know they fought before. It's been years though, so not in AEW yet. So, well, this should be just I don't know. It's gonna be a fall. I think it should be a falls count anywhere match. Yeah, really, it would be nice if we do that. But another great show. uh like I said, I tried to make it was good. Like I said, I started like in the Maki match was like I said, I started thinking, well shit, if it was gonna be Athena, she would have had either had to win or she was gonna have to bear it, or she was gonna hell, maybe if it was a total hit. See, that's the thing. Even when people are total heels, you're still glad to see them there. So even if she so you didn't want Athena to come in and cheat to win or some shit. Plus, but Brett's a heel too, so that really wouldn't make any sense. But anyway, I liked it. I'm gonna stop bullshit. I'm gonna get back on my music reviews. I still got CDs I gotta finish. Absolutely. But I'm trying to at least give y'all 2 to 3 videos a week. So thanks for bearing with me. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And this was your review for Dynamite, May 18th, 2022. See ya.